Welcome to Sister Sister right here on Channel 1 TV. But if you're listening to us, it's City 97.3 FM. My name is Kata. It's another beautiful week. And of course, it's another brand new episode of the longest running relationship show on air. You're wondering how to join? All you need to do is send in your letters of all those problems that you face in your relationships to sistersisterislive@gmail.com, and we will get to read it on this show. Or you can actually send it via DM to our Facebook page, Sister Sister, and we will also get to read it on this show. Excitingly, sometimes the letters are actually put out there on our Facebook, so you can send in your contributions of what you think about each letter via the comment section, and we will also get to read it on the show. Anyway, before we get into it, I just want to say a very big thank you to our sponsors. Gino, thank you so much for holding us down. Everything Gino, from the rice to the tomato paste to the everything you know about Gino. Thank you. Thank you so much for holding us down. Guys, I don't do this alone. I do this with some beautiful, intelligent ladies. Now, I would love to introduce them to you, but let's take a quick break, and when we come back, I will be introducing them. We'll be back.
Life is a celebration of moments. Big and small.
The sun is scorching, I'm feeling the heat.
With Piva Drink, every moment becomes a refreshing celebration. From the beach to your home, in every corner of your world, Piva Drink adds a burst of refreshment.
Give me Piva cocktail and tangerine.
Celebrate every moment with Piva Drink. Refreshment for every occasion. Piva Drink, a taste you will love.
P for Piva.
This advert is FDA approved.
Welcome back. Now it's time for me to introduce the sisters to you. Now, there's a beautiful lady on my left. And guys, I'm sure you want to know who this person is. Well, it's no other person than Selam Ajovi Amedowo. How are you? She's the lead design strategist at Couture Interiors. But very soon, we are, going to get used to her by probably just calling her Selam or Ajovi. That's what happens
Ajovi
here.
for short.
Yeah, we like to introduce the whole name first for everybody to get used to you, and then just, take one name that you like.
That's perfect.
Hi.
Hi.
So how was it last time joining us on the show?
It was,
What was the experience like?
I loved it.
You loved it?
I loved every bit of it.
Right.
And the feedbacks that I've had after the show, has been amazing. I've had comments from people from all the way in the US. Good comments, actually, and here in Ghana. So, yeah, I love it.
All right, I think we're doing well. We are not therapists and, and all that,
Yeah.
but we are trying
Yeah,
on our
we
own
try.
little way. And joining us, of course, is Rosie.
Hi,
Rosie, how are you now?
I'm fantastic,
Hey,
fabulous.
Rosie, you're looking very
Yes.
super ladylike. What's going on?
I'm trying to be a lady.
What's happening?
You know.
What's that change happening in your life? There's always something in Rosie. That's what we
You know. So I'm always in trouser suits in the office and all that. So recently I wore a skirt to the office, and then a lady said, "Hey, madam, I didn't know you had such nice legs. You're always in trousers." And I was thinking that, is it because I wear a lot of trousers? She probably thinks I'm hiding some awkward legs.
Yeah.
So now I'm deciding to do a lot more dresses.
skirts
So maybe
and
next
dresses.
week I'll show off more leg. Yeah. So yeah, let's watch out for the leg.
Feels like it's a transformed Rosie.
Yeah.
Something's cooking.
Yeah.
Anyway.
And I'll be soft spoken too.
Then that won't be Rosie.
Don't worry, for 2 seconds then.
And of course, Dr. Ethel is here with us. She's a lecturer at GCTU and the founder of EHEP Foundation. Hi, Doc.
Hello, Chris.
How are you?
Doing well.
Right.
Yeah.
Everything
Have been
fine?
humbled a bit with some bit of illness, but I think I needed to rest.
You just needed to rest.
Yeah.
That's why you're glowing. Someone said I should say that you're glowing.
Oh, thank
Yes, you have a
you.
secret admirer. I said, Chris, you have to say
Thank.
Dr. Ethel
I need
is
to know who that is.
Oh, you know later on. Later on. But yeah, you're glowing.
Thank you.
Thank you so
and
much
you
for-
are glowing too.
Oh, thank you, ladies. Thank you so much for joining us. And it's going to be an exciting episode because the letters are already here. Are you ready for it?
Yes. We are.
All right, so you've sent in your letters, and now it's time for us to go through those letters and try to help you find ways to deal with these problems. I hope you're ready. Sit back, relax, and enjoy. Dear sisters, I hope this finds you well. I have an issue, and I'm going crazy. I'm a woman in her 30s with a good job, and I'm fortunate to have one of the best men as my husband-to-be. One day, I collapsed just when I was about to leave home for work and ended up in a coma at the hospital for about 3 weeks. My wedding plans and everything was on the way, and it was just 2 weeks to my big day. But here I was at the hospital. The elders in my family suggested my sister stands in for me as my fiance's wife until I come out of coma, and that's exactly what happened. The wedding plans went on like I never existed. Why couldn't they put the plans on hold? Why couldn't my husband stand firm and not go ahead with the wedding plans? I feel betrayed, I feel hurt, and I don't know what to do. My sister and I aren't talking because of this. Likewise, the man I thought I loved. It's a very complicated letter. Yeah, hi Rosie, you're looking into the air. You have all the answers there.
I'm trying to picture the whole scenario, and I'm in a bit of a shock. Even back then, when it came to traditional marriages, you know, when it's time to reveal the woman, initially when I was younger, the practice was to be bringing other women, and then bring the bride last. But at some point, even that practice was stopped because there were situations where, whilst the man, oh, this is the woman, then somebody will come and the man will say, this is the woman.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yes. So when that happens, so now of late, people have stopped that bringing that practice of bringing so many women, then them to take the man through the process of saying no, 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 no. That is even in the traditional marriage. But in this case, she's saying a wedding.
The whole wedding.
And for the wedding, the practice of the wedding, I don't know how you can marry somebody on behalf of your sister. The way the wedding setup is, I don't see how you can do that, number one. Number two, if your fiancé is battling for her life in the hospital,
Why are you having a wedding?
I don't see how you can have the presence of mind to go through a wedding on her behalf without knowing exactly what the outcome of that illness is supposed to be. I don't know if you understand me.
I do.
You don't know whether she would make it,
Or not.
whether she wouldn't make it.
It's a coma.
Are there some complications? What's the problem? And is she consenting to this? Is she not consenting to this? There are so many things that come into play here. And for me, I don't want to say that maybe that's fallen, no, they orchestrated it spiritually so that she can be out of the picture, and then they'll use it as an excuse to get married, so that by the time she comes out, it's already done with, and then spiritually has been done. So when they were pronouncing the names of those who were getting married, whose name was being mentioned, when they finished, you may kiss the bride. Who was kissed? The photos at the end of the wedding. Who was in it as the bride? What outfit did she wear? Is it the same outfit that she should have worn for the wedding? Is it the same outfit she wore? For me, a lot of things come into play, and for me, it's a bit worrying. And even though it's painful, a man who can marry you in absentia without your consent when you are going through a life-threatening moment, you are better off not having married him.
Yeah.
You are better off not having married him, because this is someone that even if you married him and you are going through something and he needs to do something, he wouldn't mind what you are doing. He'll still go ahead and do it because he thinks it has to be done. Either that or he's so easily manipulated. Even if the family put pressure on you, as a man, one test of a man or one test to show that you are capable of leading a home is your ability to be decisive when it comes to when it comes to decision making. So even if the family is putting pressure on him, that's all, go ahead. Oh, it is our own daughter. We don't mind. You as a man, your show of leadership is to be able to put your foot down and say, no, this is not my wife. My wife is currently in the hospital, battling for her life, and I don't know how long it takes. Let's just wait for this to go on, because I'm sure no matter how many guests you've invited, if they hear that your fiancé is in the hospital battling for her life, nobody's going to question you.
Coma.
Or in a coma. Nobody's going to question you for not holding the wedding on the particular day it was supposed to be held. So, to be honest, I smell some foul play here. And it's understandable that he's not talking to his sister, because no matter what, if my sister did that to me, I'll never forgive her for life. Even when we start talking, I would never trust her. I'll make sure that my man is so far away from her. I'll make sure that, like...
You'll make sure your new man or your old...
My new man. I'm saying that, like, if this was my sister who did this, and I came out of the coma and realized that this is what has happened, that sister would only be a sister to me on paper. And yeah, but I would never relate to her as a sister, because this behavior is not sisterly.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Salam. What are your thoughts?
I'm lost.
Very.
I think one of the most attractive things about a man is a man who knows how to hold his own, a man who has a mind of his own, a man, like she rightly said, a man who is able to lead. Because even the Bible says that as a woman, a man is definitely the head of the family. So you are doomed as a woman to just be with just about any man, a man who is easily swayed. Yeah. Exactly. I know that traditionally, when you're about to get married in Africa, in the African setting, family or extended family usually plays a huge role in this very case. But it's up to you to decide if you want to go on with it or not. Because secondly, the bride you're getting married to is sick, she's in coma. Like Rosie rightly said, what is the outcome? What is the guarantee that she's going to make it? For how long? And do you also want to be married to somebody who's sick the whole time? Right. So what is the rush? My third question is, what is the rush for the wedding? So as you marry the sister, are you going to consummate the marriage, or are you just going to hold on till she comes out of coma? Why, if you're not going to consummate the marriage while she's in coma, why don't you just hold on till she recovers?
Maybe they've done it on her behalf.
Exactly. Exactly. So what is the rush? And for me, a man like that is easily swayed. He doesn't know how to hold his own. For me, that's a red flag. Maybe she didn't see it before, maybe she saw it before and she closed her eyes to it, because unfortunately, most of the time, women tend to do that. Oh, when we get married, this will change. When we get married, that will change. And then, the very things that you overlook become the main issues in the marriage. I think there's more to this than she may know, because the man agreed to it. Her sister agreed to it. Her family agreed to it. I think there's more to it. It's more or less like the family is also okay with she being sick, being in coma. Yeah. And the man also is okay with it. I don't blame just the sister. I blame the man, I blame the sister, I blame the family. But I think there's more to it she needs to find out.
And I'm looking through the letter again, and the second line, I'm a woman in her 30s with a good job, and I'm fortunate to have one of the best men as a husband.
What's best about this man?
You understand, like, if a man is supposed to be like your best man.
No, maybe that's prior to, you see, sometimes what she was shown prior to this event happening, she felt this man was the best man. But like now that you are talking, maybe has the man been a best man because of her money?
That's what I'm saying. Good job.
You see, so in her eyes, this was a best man, the best man she could have ever, chosen as a husband for herself. Because what she was getting, the vibe she was getting. But we also know that a lot of people who also pretend just so that they can get married, either for status, either maybe just to have babies, or either for any, people have various reasons why they will sort of like tweak their character or make themselves look so desirable just because they want to land you as a partner. So that's possible. But like I just said, I think that there's something more to this than meets the eye.
So Dr. Eto, do you think there's something more to this than meets the eye?
I feel so too. I feel so, because I'm really struggling to, understand. It appears to me, I mean, yeah, someone has been hiding something and has some secret desires somewhere that is now unfolding when things happen.
And the family knows.
That's possible. To be part of this whole arrangement, it can be very strange.
Maybe because she has the money.
Yes, so they want her in the picture by all means, but I don't know, even with the sickness and everything. And I can imagine that some of these things can happen sometimes because I think people tend to think of the ceremony more than the actual marriage and the person involved, because a marriage is between two people who are going to live life together. And so you can't just, all of a sudden think that you can tweak things, put somebody in the picture, and that will work.
All right. So what are your thoughts about the family? We've been talking about the man and the woman and the sister.
Yes.
Family.
It's very shocking.
Is this a normal family?
No, it's not. Sadly, because these days we've been advocating that we move away, we try and come off this white thing and go more cultural, traditional, because we have seen how families are able to guide their children and the couple, to make the best of choices. If we were to go back to the real cultural way of doing things, where families will scrutinize both sides and actually whatever they are demanding for, they get it, and make sure that things fall in line. I think that things will not be going this way. But to see a family using the same beautiful thing to rather manipulate another of their own sort of, because I'm thinking if her family is that prudent and clear-minded, I don't see how you are not even thinking of her coming out of where she is first.
Right. Something just popped into my mind, Rosie, and I said, I don't know if you're thinking the same direction.
Whether it's a real child.
No. Something just popped into my mind. We're talking about her having money, but what if the guy actually has so much money that the family is like,
I was actually going to ask.
Want to lose
exactly. Because I was just, my question to her.
Daughters. Don't worry, she'll wake up, but let's give you one of our daughters.
Yeah.
To stand in, because they don't want it. So it's from a place of poverty.
Yeah.
So,
because I was going to ask that, what about the man? Is the man richer than the lady?
The man will be extra rich, though.
But then also, unfortunately, right, when you are getting married in society, unfortunately, that's when family decides to, use it to their advantage. Unfortunately, in some cases. So you have extended family saying, "Oh, I'm the uncle from here, I'm the auntie from here. I did this for her when she was." So then, a lot of them. Yes, I have also met a lot of them. Unfortunately, even in some cases, the parents themselves. Or if you don't do it this way, I'm not going to come. If you don't do it that way, I'm not going to come. We have those issues.
Don't come.
Yes. No. What if your mother is telling you, if you don't do it this way, I'm not going to be. You have to go and look for another mother. Would you say peace out to that?
I might, because if I said the one that causes a lot of problems is, if I say I want about 50 people, and you want all. From in Nigeria.
The whole of the village.
Exactly.
Yes.
All the women's meeting. You want all your women's
all of them.
meeting. All
Unfortunately.
the to come. And I cannot afford it. What would you do?
Unfortunately.
Just because you want to look a certain way? Come on.
Unfortunately, during the time of marriage, you even find brides or grooms that are not even happy. They just want the ceremony to be done and over with. Unfortunately, just because family members, external and even the close ones, decide to use it to their advantage, use it to get what they want. That's why we end up having some issues like
Like
this.
this.
Because if you have a family that is filled with so much love, so much compassion, and they are focused
understanding.
exactly, and they are focused on the couple, they won't. I won't be in coma, and then my parents will say, "Let's go on and let my sister stand in."
Exactly.
And okay, if my parents agree, what my sister? No, you are part of the new generation. You should think differently.
Anyway, we have some messages from Facebook already, and I'm going to be taking them. And the first one is from Nanesi. Hey, sister, this one hurts me. Wow. How can elders allow such a thing? You were not dead, just in a coma. The least your fiancé could have done was to postpone the wedding. True love waits. Please take your time and heal. You don't owe anyone silence for the pain they have caused you. And Marie in Togo says, my dear sister, this is very painful. Even if the elders made the suggestion, your fiancé and sister would have known better. Replacing you like that was heartless. You were still alive. May God give you the strength to move on. Don't stay where you are not valued. Chama from Lagos, this is pure wickedness. So because you couldn't speak for yourself, they decided for you. Even animals wait for their kind. Wow. What kind of man marries your sister while you're fighting for your life? I beg, don't go back to any of them. You're better off alone than with traitors. John from Gambia. And sister, this is too hard. How could they betray you like this? A coma is not dead. Anyone who truly loves you would wait. It shows your sister and your man never respected you. But God saved you for a reason. He will restore what is lost. Stay strong.
Amen.
Zama from South Africa. This is so wrong on every level. A wedding is about love and unity, not convenience. Your sister and fiancé showed their true colors. You didn't lose them, they lost you. Don't let it break you. You already survived a coma. Now survive the betrayal too. How do I survive the betrayal? Just still stay inside. No, just leave. If you're from Kumasi, my sister, I'm so sorry. You were in a coma, fighting for your life, and they moved on like you were dead.
Yeah.
That is not love, it is betrayal. A real man would have fought for you, not replaced you. Please take your time and heal. Know your worth. You deserve better. From Tamale, we have Aisha. As someone who has seen coma patients come back strong, this story actually breaks my heart. You were still alive. They owed you patience and faith. What your sister and fiancé did was beyond cruel. Please don't carry this pain alone. Talk to someone and choose peace over people who choose to leave you behind. And Emma from Legon, sister, your story brought tears to my eyes. This is not tradition. It's injustice dressed in culture. No one should be replaced in their own love story. Ooh. Don't blame yourself. Thank you for your messages. Let's take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll be getting straight into the second letter of the day.
Is it the luxurious rooms? Or the serene green surroundings? Is it the tempting swimming pool? Or the classy conference room? Or the cute gift shop? Maybe it's our chef's array of cooking delights. Whichever way, it's all about Cactus Creek. A most respected hotel. 055 039 5007.
Welcome back. Still Sister right here on Channel 1 TV. And if you are listening, it's City 97.3 FM. So we've gone through our first letter. Our second letter is here. And sisters, ready for it? Okay, let's get straight into it. Dear sisters, I prefer to remain anonymous, and I know what I'm about to share may sound like a movie, but it's real, and it's my life story. I have been married to my husband for 7 years, and we have 3 beautiful children together. For the first 5 years of our marriage, everything was beautiful, and it's what I will call heaven on earth. However, in our 6th year, things began changing. He wouldn't come home early, slips out more often than usual, and almost every weekend he has some business meeting outside Accra. It became a lifestyle, so I got suspicious and I had the shock of my life when I decided to keep tabs on him by following him without him knowing. I followed him all the way to some house, and when he knocked, a woman and a child came out. At least where I had parked, that's what I saw. I reached out to a neighbor and mentioned my husband's name. Then the man told me he lives there with his wife and child, and they have been there for the past 2 years, and they are even great neighbors. I had to hold myself till I got home and broke down in tears filled with pain and anger. His other family was 35 minutes drive from where we lived. I have been a good daughter to his family, and this is how they repay me. My husband and I have been through so much together to have the world we have today, and this is how he treats me. Sisters, I'm broken. I feel so weak writing this letter. I feel stupid. I feel betrayed, and I'm losing it. My family says I should file for a divorce and move on with my kids. Please advise me. Ajo, what are your thoughts?
This man is a man. He's a son of Adam.
Yeah.
You know, her feelings are very valid, over valid. Now, this is not a thing of what my family said, or what society says, or what my friends say, or what the sisters say. It's about what she says to herself. When it comes to marriage, marriage is a sensitive union, or a sensitive, partnership that is not easy to just comment anyhow, because if I should really say what I want to say.
You can try.
No. You know, I'm big on knowing yourself as a woman, knowing what you want as a woman, investing in yourself as a woman. But I can easily say that if it's any other situation, but this is a marriage. This is a marriage of how many years? 7 years.
Yeah.
You can't easily tell her to walk away. I can easily tell her, I think you should go into therapy so you can get yourself back. I mean, that's what I can tell her for now. But her focus should be on herself. You know, it's difficult, if she were even a single person, it's difficult to deal with something like this, knowing that the other family is 35 minutes away from your house. That's why I say he's a man. He's a man, like, he's so bold enough to have another family just 35 minutes drive away. Wow. Now, I know some of the questions she will ask herself is, where did she go wrong? My darling, you didn't go wrong anywhere. He made a decision to have a family outside your family. You haven't done anything wrong. If your marriage has been as beautiful as you say it has been, she hasn't done anything wrong. Yes, take all the time you need to cry, but seek for help. If you don't think that you can, get yourself back by yourself, speak to a professional, because mind you, she has kids waiting on her to take care of them. So I'm not a parent, but I can only bear with parents that it is difficult taking care of yourself, especially when you're going through emotional, trauma and all that. And then you have little ones who do not know what you're going through, who do not understand what you're going through, but you still have to put yourself out there to be there for them. So a lot of the times what we say as a people is that just because of the kids, you know, put yourself together and all that. But in this very instance, her mental health should be prioritized. Because with this, she hasn't gone wrong anywhere. If this is what she's saying, that her marriage has been beautiful all these years, and this man, this son of Adam, decided to have another family 35 minutes drive, you can't...
Not a baby mama.
Exactly.
A whole wife.
A whole wife. It means...
Like a family.
Okay, now that brings me to the next one. Yes. It means he actually married her. Yes. The man's family is fully aware of her, of the situation. And then she said...
She's been a good daughter.
She's been a good daughter. My love, you're not a daughter to them. You married their son, yes. But I think sometimes as women, we make that mistake and think my husband's family is my family. You know, newsflash, they are not your family. They are your family to an extent, but you are not their blood like that. If anything should happen, they'll pick their blood before you. That's something you should always have at the back of your mind. So I think, you know, hold on this is how the family decided to repay you. They are doing what their son wants them to do. Because their son went to them with another woman and said, I want to marry this woman. You know, and these days I even hear stories of people saying, even in the Bible never spoke about against polygamy. So people are open to it. And unfortunately, we happen to be in Africa. So a lot of families will just say, it's okay. And another question is, does she have a male child? Because some families will say, oh, she doesn't have a male child, so go for this one. Or maybe the man wants more kids. But
then they don't have
this has nothing to do with you as a woman. It has everything to do with the man, his choices, his decisions, whatever he wants. You haven't done anything wrong, to the best of my knowledge, per what she has sent. All I can say is that she should seek help, get herself together for herself and for her kids, because her kids are dependent on her. And she's equally important to herself and to her family as well.
All right, Rosie.
Oh. This is a very painful situation to be in. I've said it countless times that usually when a woman gets married, very few women get married because they don't want the marriage to succeed. Most women get married because they actually want the marriage to succeed, and then they plan for a happy ever after. They plan for the whole shebang. So most of the time, the intent of a woman is to have a very successful marriage. Now you marry, you have 3 children, and after 7 years, you begin to have doubts. And I keep saying that that 6th sense that God gives us, the moment you start having doubts, most likely there's a reason why you're having those doubts. Hardly have I had someone having doubts and being proven wrong. There's always something, and you find it. She also made a statement that her family has asked her to go for a divorce, which means that she married under the ordinance. Because if she didn't marry under the ordinance and it was a traditional marriage, they would have just told her that we should go and give back the drink. But because they are asking her to go and seek for a divorce, I'm getting the vibe that it was married under the ordinance, which means that whatever agreement that's had with this other woman is null and void, and actually it's a criminality. If it's a polygamous marriage, that's a different. So if it's a traditional marriage, custom marriage, that's different. But once it's married according to the ordinance, it means that some form of wrongdoing has occurred. And to have this man have a full-blown relationship just 35 minutes away, it means that this man really thinks you are very stupid, and feels and is so confident in the trust that you have for him, is so confident in the blinded love that you have for him, is so confident that, oh, you dear, he can even do it right down your nose, and then you have no idea. For me, that's where it even hurts the most. The fact that he is so confident. 35 minutes. It means that the whole time he can be at home, go and see these other ladies, I'm sure in the beginning stages, and come back within an hour, and you not even think much about it. That means he's so confident. He thinks you are stupid. He thinks that, oh, you dear, you are just there, Charlie. You dear, Charlie. That's the Madam Dependable who can not even, That's how he thinks of you. My question to you is that, like Ajobi said, when it comes to marriage, you cannot really advise anybody because you don't even know their rules of engagement. You don't know how deeply they are into it. And you don't know the kind of personality type that she has. There are some personality types that don't let go easily. There are some too that can talk to themselves within 10 minutes and then they are out.
Thank you.
So there are different kinds. And then there are those who are in between. It's like me back. Then one final straw, then they are gone.
Yeah.
So I don't really know which category she falls into. But if it were me, my problem would not be as a result of the fact that he cheated on me and we had a different family. My problem was the audacity in thinking I'm so stupid I'll never find out. That's what would kill me, and that's why I would leave. Because a man cheating, it's nothing new. It's not excusable, but it's nothing new. But I've said countless times that the way and manner in which you do it will tell me whether it is a sign of weakness or it is just pure disrespect to me. Then we'll know how we address it. If it were me, I will start planning my exit and exit.
Exactly.
With my 3 kids, and with the fact that he committed an illegality by marrying this other woman, whilst the 2 of you were legally married,
He will pay for it.
he won't get custody of those kids. You can keep the kids, but it's subject to whether you are capable of also taking care of them. So if you feel you're not capable of taking care of them, pretend to be the fool that you've always been. Plan your exit, and when the time is right, you exit honorably. Because as for this one, the emotional trauma, the mental abuse
will forever be there.
Now, and another thing, you see, this is where husbands who say, oh, I love you, blah, 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 I won't post you. I won't put you on my status. They think that being a good husband at home is enough. Socially, they dissociate from you. These are some of the things that you may find out in future. So if you have a man who is the best thing since sliced bread at home, within the 4 walls of your building, and yet when you step out, there's no acknowledgement that you are together. Some of these things, when they are happening, the neighbors, if he's 35 minutes away, if he was that to you, at least one of their neighbors in the new neighborhood would know, say, this man is married to you just 30, because, Charlie, the country is small. It's not that big. You see, so I wonder how he did it. I think we need to.
He's a man.
I wonder how,
But son of Adam.
I know, but I wonder how he did this.
He's bold.
I wonder how he did this because it's daring. It's daring and it's so painful. And like you said, I think that she needs some form of counseling, serious counseling, because she's going to be asking herself questions. Why me? What happened? What could I have done better? What did I do wrong? And then there'll be the reverse, where she'll be planning things. Should I kill the woman? What should I poison the man? Should I do this? Should I do this? These are all thoughts that will go through your head. Let's not think that it will only be the why me, why me, why me. There's going to be a vengeful part in her thoughts as well. So she needs to go through some form of psychotherapy, some form of counseling, mental reorientation, so that she knows that it just happened, it's not her, and also equip her with the necessary mental tools to be able to exit the marriage. But I don't think it's a marriage Rosina, want to be in.
Yeah, I think this is sad, really sad, and not sad in a way as though we've never heard of it. Yeah, it's what has been existing for so long. It's just painful to see how this has played out, and like Ajovi said, her feelings are very much valid. That you're going to feel worthless. You're going to start thinking, what is wrong with me? what did I do wrong? What did I not do? All sorts of things, and begin to question your value and all of that. And that can take you as far as, you know, losing yourself and your life. And like Rosie has said, you need to begin to look at yourself quickly. This is where, and I'm happy she's brought this here so that we can tell her this, that look, shift your focus away from this one. This is a wicked man. Doesn't matter how he's been to you all these 7 years. Now this is what you have seen. Sad thing is that sometimes you can do all that they tell you to do before marriage, and this can still happen to you. Because some men are just cunning, very smart at that, and they can put you through this. But quickly, now that you brought this to us, listen, girl, you are strong, you are valued. You've done nothing wrong. This is a man who has decided to do this and has planned it, has executed it. I would have said, go talk to him, have some conversation, but I doubt where that would lead to. If talking to him would help, ask him some questions just to, you know, make you feel better. But what you should do saliently is to begin to take your mind off this person. Begin to work on yourself. As in, how do I get back to myself? How do I excuse myself from this? But I also go with what Rosie says. It might not be, we might not be right to say just go, because there are a lot of consequences, and we are different people. We handle these situations differently, and it's possible that if you calm down and take a decision, you might, and stay, you might be okay. I won't be okay, that's the truth. I won't. I was telling somebody over the weekend where we have gotten to, where we have come from and gotten to. This one would take me seconds to, I'm the kind, when I decide, I can stay for so long, watch you, give you a long rope to pull. But when I see, the moment I see that it's not you and I, and it has to be me against you, then that's it. The world can come against us, so long as it is you and I fighting against the world, perfect. But when it comes to you, I realize that you've taken a step out of what we were building. That's it for me. I'm not going to stay. So I think that she really needs to begin to look at herself. I hear of people saying you can try to be in the marriage, but I mean, physically, but in your mind and everything.
No, but that's torture.
That's another. I can't do that, but some people want to. Yeah, some people would say because of the kids, but no, that can lead to a lot. Resentment and wanting to kill the man or the lady, and a lot even to yourself. So if I were her, I would want to move out of that space and do anything I can to be sane and to still live.
I think one thing we do not really talk about as a society is the kind of emotional torture and psychological torture that most women in this position go through. And we do not also talk about what that kind of person that is going through that emotional torture can in turn do to that man.
Yes.
We have some messages here from our Facebook page. Ogochi Linda says, this does not sound like a movie to me at all. This is meant for you. Many men are on this table. Many men are on this table, but it just still a secret to their wives, and sometimes also a secret to their own birth families.
Yeah.
So let's not blame the families that much. Men do the most. You should not be shocked. Just plan your life. Make sure any decision you are taking favors you more. You can use wisdom. It's not about talking too much. So think about it well. Elik Blim from Elik Blim actually says, stay and enjoy your marriage. Just psych your mind.
Wow.
That your mind is polygamous.
No.
You know the funny thing. That's what that's what Rosie just said.
No.
Yes.
That it's always a woman against a woman. How do you tell her to stay and enjoy her
It
marriage?
could be a man. Elik Blim could be a man.
Anything could be a man.
I will understand if it's
No
a man.
problem. But I think that this is the reason why you have some women, right? being bitter. I say this because she's going to stay and endure this, right? And then at some point in her life, she finds some young lady who's living her life the way she wished she could have when she was younger, and she couldn't. And that lady, and then she just hates on the lady for nothing.
Even her own daughter, she can hate on her own daughter in some years
Exactly.
to come.
Even
Because she
it
was
happens
like,
even
I
in our
stayed it,
offices.
yeah.
Maybe she wouldn't wear a short dress, but I could wear a short dress and just live my life, live. But she wished she could have done that. She couldn't do it. So like the least thing you do, this one has slept with somebody to get to where she is, forgetting about the work you put in.
Yeah.
How do you endure this?
We have Amma Boateng from Takrade. I'm so sorry you're going through this. No woman deserves this level of deceit. Your husband didn't just cheat. He built a second life behind your back. Be strong for your children. You're not stupid. You're a good woman who was lied to. Now, Santiwa says, sister, I felt every word. This is emotional abuse. If a man can keep another home for 2 years without blinking, he's not safe to share your heart with he's not safe to share your heart with anymore. Take your children and leave. If your spirit can't take it anymore, just leave. Charlene Bello says, listen to your family. You don't need the disrespect and dishonesty. Move on with your kids. And Kofi Mensah, a man, let's hear what he's saying. As a man, I'm ashamed on his behalf. No excuse justifies this kind of betrayal. If he could keep a family hidden for 2 years, what else is he hiding? You deserve loyalty. Essie from Cape Coast, you are not stupid, sis. You are hurt because you trusted someone who didn't deserve it. Take it one day at a time. Whether you stay or leave, make sure your decision gives you freedom, healing, and no pain.
Sure.
Jigbodi from Ho says, sister, this story is too real. Some of us have lived it too. Please don't stay in the marriage just for the children. I always say so. Don't stay for the children.
You won't even be a good parent to the children.
They deserve a mother who is emotionally whole.
used.
Exactly.
Let your healing begin. You are stronger than you feel right now. Abinabe Queen says, it might be hard by this time. No, it might be hard. By this time, the other lady who is telling your husband, the other lady is also telling your husband to divorce you. We don't really care about the other lady. Maybe she was also like, the thing is that the other people, the other ladies, sometimes they might not even know.
Most times they know.
No, some might not even
they don't
know.
See,
2 women might have been played.
Yes.
Yes. That
never
happens
know.
a lot.
Because how this one is happening, you never know. Mercy Owusi says, sister, my heart is aching reading this. You gave your all to build your home and support your husband, and what he has done is beyond betrayal. Keeping a whole family for 2 years is not a mistake. It's a choice. You are not stupid. You're a strong woman who deserves better. If your family is advising you to divorce, it is because they see your pain. Pray for wisdom and don't stay where your dignity is completely trampled on. Think of your peace and your children's future.
I think at this point, she shouldn't even take any advice from anybody. I think she should heal first. She should heal first, because once you heal, your answer will come to you.
All right.
I like that.
And ladies, thank you so much for this episode of Sister. Although this last story
I'm sad.
It's
painful.
Both stories,
I'm trying
both
to put
letters
myself
have been-
into. I've gotten emotional about less serious things. So this is like, yeah.
Anyway, thank you so much. We'll take a quick break, and when we come back, I'll be sharing my final thoughts.
This June, the business wave is back and it's bigger than ever. The City Business Festival 2025 on City FM and Channel 1 TV, where it's all about business. This June, we will be celebrating Ghanaian businesses, re-examining our business modules and practices through our business fora, and sharing knowledge through our on-air business discussions. Make a business date with the on-air series every weekday at 9 a.m. on the City Breakfast Show on 97.3 City FM and 10 a.m. on Breakfast Daily on Channel 1 TV. From expert interviews to real-world insights to the tools you need to grow. Don't miss a single moment this June. It's the City Business Festival 2025, celebrating everything business. Only on City FM and Channel 1 TV. Your business, your future, your time is now. Stay tuned, stay inspired, and let's grow together. The City Business Festival 2025, celebrating everything business.
The City Business Festival 2025 is powered by 97.3 City FM and Channel 1 TV, and it's proudly sponsored by Absa Bank, MTN Business, and Zonda Tech Ghana Limited.
All right, welcome back. It's still Sister right here. So we went through 2 letters, and it's been an interesting read when it comes to both of the letters, and a very big thank you to the sisters for actually contributing to each letter right here to help you find solutions of all the problems that you're going through in these relationships. And also thank you to each and everyone that sent in their letter for us to read. And of course, how can we forget Gino? Thank you, Gino, for holding us down on every episode of Sister right here on Channel 1 TV and City 97.3 FM. So now, before we go, I would like to share my final thoughts. On the first letter, woman, you know, in love, about to get married and goes into coma for some months, and by the time she wakes up, her husband has married her sister. Well, the sister is supposed to be sitting in for her during the marriage, and the family actually agreed to that. This is a very complicated story, but like I have very straightforward answers. And the first straightforward answer I would say, or the only straightforward answer I would actually give this woman, because she asked, what should I do, is leave this man. I'm sorry. If you wake up and realize that this man actually accepted to go through a whole wedding ceremony without you while you were, you know, fighting for your life in a coma for crying out loud. Empathy is what people should look out for when it comes to making decisions about life partners that they think they really love and they really want to be with. If the second person does not have empathy, I don't, like, why are you in it? That means the person doesn't care for you. The person doesn't care about you. Something else could be happening to you and the person will still move on with life. We've seen so many stories of women being abandoned and sick beds. It's not even just stories, real life instances of women being abandoned in sick beds by their loved ones. Go to Kolebu, go to the hospitals. You will hear stories of women being brought in by their family members or husbands and then abandoned in the hospital by their loved ones or by their husband especially. So you would not want to go through this situation twice because you never know what can happen to you in future. So I don't think this is the man for you. A man that cannot make decisions, a man that can let everybody push him around, a man that just has no empathy. Like, it's not even normal to be dying and they are celebrating a whole wedding, your wedding. It's not normal. So for me, just leave. And as for the family, no, I don't have anything to say to you. But that's not a family. That's not what family is about, honestly. The family should be also focused on their daughter getting better and not on a wedding happening or a party happening to eat rice and stew or jollof rice on that day. Really? Anyway, the second letter. It's just meant for you. I mean, there's still good men out there, but come on. So many men are living these lives whereby they have like a wife, a legal wife, a family, and there's another secret family somewhere, and everything just seems normal for them, you know, thinking they're playing this family or thinking they're playing their legitimate family. I think, because you sent in the letter, the best thing for you to do is actually heal. And eventually, when you heal, leave. And before you leave, file for divorce. And of course, fight it. Get whatever you can get. Well, that's my advice, because you need to take care of 3 kids. If he loves the kids so much, if he loved the family so much, he wouldn't have done that. He would have had a discussion with you, even if it was a mistake. But to get married to another person? Really? While you're still married? Really? Like Rosie said, it's a crime that you are already married in law. And then he goes out to do that. Girl, get better. You can be cashing out of this divorce if he has money. That's all I can say. And the most important thing actually is to get better, to stop blaming yourself. You're not the problem. Try to heal so you don't get bitter, because this can transform someone into a bitter person, or you can actually lose your mind, and we do not want that for you. So please take care of yourself. You come first. And like one of the messages said, you should be happy. Don't do it for the kids. Do it for yourself. Don't stay for the kids. Do it for yourself. Anything you're doing should be for yourself. So don't say, well, I'm going to stay for the kids, and you are dying inside. You cannot take care of your kids if you're not well. You cannot take care of the kids if you're not emotionally and psychologically well. So please, take care of yourself first. Make sure you are healed before you make any decisions. But if you ask me, I would say leave. Leave with a lot of money. If he has money, just leave. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us on this episode of Sister. My name is Kata, and I hope to see you next week, the same time, right here on Channel 1 TV or City 97.3 FM.
The Ghana Traditional Council, on behalf of the entire Ghana state, announces the annual ban on drumming and noise-making as part of the sacred rites leading to the Homo Festival.
Ghana mamu, Timfe anali, akese, imlae niko, oma dumo,